live chat experience. Choose who can participate. Set a delay between messages. Hide or put people in timeout. Manage message held for review and add moderators. So it looks like YouTube did something new with their live. More, safety precautions, which is great. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today is supposed to be loads of loads and loads of shit. What am I talking about? Rain, storms, hurricanes. Why is Buddy gay ass walking in the street like that? Like, what do you think? Because he hit it in the bumper. That because he's hitting it in the bumper, he's a car. Okay, yeah. So happy Wednesday. It's supposed to be very shitty today. If you are anybody that is of me, all of my people, I just want you to be so freaking safe today. Please be safe, guys. Please be safe. I want you to be safe today, okay? I just rode past an accident, okay? I said dumb snitches in the morning. But for real, y'all, like, these people is having accidents. They having accidents like it's crazy. So, it comes from people being out here just wanting to be the boss of the road, don't know what the they doing, can't drive. I'm seeing it. I'm really seeing it. And this is why I told my daughter, hell no, you ain't going no damn where with nobody your age, around your age, none of that stuff. Like, you got people just flying around corners trying to beat people. It's about a race. You got all of these men, obnoxious as hell, in these vehicles that somebody gave them responsibility of. And they think that they rule the fucking world because they are the manager or like the trainee or something of a company, and they got a little bit of responsibility at the company. Now they on the road. They meet up with their other friends in trucks. Just like the media, uses or just like these white collar criminals and official criminals use the media as their tools, the same way these guys are out here running the fucking muck. And guess what? It's causing people to have really bad accidents, really catastrophic accidents. I just saw one. 2 girls, I guess they was going, I don't even know how that happened, because it was like they was making a tea, right? So how the hell do you get in an accident with somebody that's going the opposite way? Ugh. Anyway, this morning, what I wanted to talk about was spiritual husbands and wives. Now here come the crew that can't let me go. That's all the crew that's supposed to make me go slow in the morning. That's why I'm trying to get out here. Look at this shit. Before this time, it's like, if we could get out here like at least 10 minutes earlier, maybe this won't be happening. There's so much traffic that just be out here, and then they act crazy. I'm looking at people in a tunnel get accidents. The car just sitting there crunched up, sparkling, crispy, crackety, crunching. And motherfuckers ride past it because y'all want to be, you got these young people out here want to act like they, can brake check you, put the lights up in your, they doing all this weird shit. Speeding. Then you got the nuthead men out here in their cars and vehicles trying to be control demons and shit. Like, what the fuck? Y'all don't have families? Even, like, I would rather you just go ahead and play the game. Control that motherfucker. But to be out here on the actual road. And one thing, a video that I saw the other day, it was a black lady. She said that, now she catches the bus. I don't know what city or state this was in, but they took down the transportation that normally that connects to the inner city black people. And they know that the population is mostly black people, mostly older people using the old systems, catching the buses to get where they need to be, whether it be the grocery stores, some of them still in the work field. And they use that to get back and forth. And I've seen this in Agenda 2030 that even here in Maryland, they were coming for public transportation. And apparently, in some places, it started happening. So what she was saying is directly what I'm telling you guys. And what I'm telling you guys is not what I'm making up. They're coming for our freedom, and they're starting with transportation. Transportation is currency. We are also currency. The ability to be able to travel the planet that we were born on freely, right? They've already put up tolls and shit, bullshit like that. They've already given us, fees to fly and travel outside of where we live. But now they are reducing our ways to travel. They're reducing the ways to travel, and they're starting with, look, they did it federally. They started with Spirit Airlines. So now they're doing it systematically across the cities and states, and they're doing it with free transportation or public transportation, the buses. And they're doing it also with our vehicles. I've told you guys, when I started to see how this is going, oh yeah, they doing it with the vehicles. They trying to make it to where as though we can't, drive freely. We can't just go outside 2 o'clock in the day and go, just joyride like we used to. The lanes is clear. You gotta have stubble neck Terry and Hackard Haley traveling around your fucking atmosphere trying to make sure you don't go over 25 miles an hour. One side note that I do want to say, it's so funny that my views are being reduced, right? Y'all controlling the fuck out of my views. But then everything, I'm starting to see the things that I talk about on my lives being talked about in the spiritual community, which is funny. The same spiritual community that I saw on my motherfucking timeline, on my YouTube feed like 2 years ago, and they started popping off this little young community that I went to, and I'm like, hey, can I talk with y'all? Like, I'm spiritual too. Can I, like, I don't know how it would have fit in, but I could definitely talk to y'all motherfuckers. Like, I got a lot of people y'all age, that males and females, but again, these boys, they got the same complex that these men do in these trucks. They got a little knowledge, a little platform. They feel they got some people that's listening to them somehow. And yeah, they feel like they leaders that they only can give the information to. And that shit is crazy. When I've been out here in the motherfucking mud, you know what I'm saying? My experience come from hands-on shit. Things that came to me during those times. And you want to listen to somebody that literally is half my age, +3 or something, and got a platform. Where the fuck did his little ass get the information from? You feel me? Her little ass. So I'm just like, wow. Now I'm seeing everybody talk about this Nature Boy thing, and I know it's not because the shit just came out, because the shit was out years ago. So now that I'm talking about it, now the spiritual community talking about it, but yet I'm not important, yet I'm not influential. And so y'all keep on whispering by my platform. Y'all keep on peeping through my platform and the shit I'm talking about, so that y'all can amplify. Because guess what? Once the smoke clears and my videos are still standing and the timestamp show who the fuck was talking about what, when, and where, why, nigga, because people gonna be curious. Guess what? They gonna see who's real and who's not, who don't need all the glitz and glam and fancy shit, who didn't have to go. And I don't know how y'all getting y'all people to follow y'all for real. I don't. But I'm not out here, doing things where The fuck? How he gonna beep his horn because I got over? Like, but I'm not out here doing things where, you know, people just can literally believe, like, just flock to me. Like, I don't have hypnotizing crystals or, you know, gems and shit that I might be putting mind control on people on. I don't know. So all I'm doing is just, and that's fine. You know, to get to the truth, it takes time. It takes motherfucking time to get to the facts because we already know that motherfuckers like to play football covering shit up. They like to take long runs and fumbles and, you know. And I think one of my statements, because I'm still getting likes on this statement, where I was talking about how the men, they just deceptive as fuck. If you're not a righteous man, you know, then yeah, you're deceptive. I just had to block somebody that I was following on TikTok that's leading these men astray. He's talking about, yeah, men, and you got a whole bunch of cold-hearted men that probably been dissed in their life, that's upset, that's rocking with that shit. He's making men angry, upset. He was like, I don't care if you see a bitch in a burning building, we ain't gonna save her. And you got men like, I love your messages and this, that, or the other. Yo, when I tell you, I blocked that motherfucker so fast, and I should have went down his comments and blocked the people in his comments that was worshiping that shit, because I'm already seeing what's happening. See, the world being split, and it's being split in two, into good and evil. So a lot of people that's up here preaching and leading people, they leading people out of hurt, out of their own self-rejection and things that happen in their path. And a lot of people, it's the same thing with the cult, with Nature Boy. Now you're going to have a lot of rejected but hurt men. And it don't matter what color they are. There's going to be a lot of different kinds of men, all colors, because all men identify for rejection, off of wanting something that didn't want them back, you know, things like that. And that's the leg that he's standing on. That's where he preaching out of. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is about to be a mess. Let me go ahead and see shit like this is exactly why that car was burnt crashing at the front of the tunnel that I saw the video on. Y'all keep on playing. Y'all speed down the tunnel and then get halfway in there and then start brake checking people. Like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is why justice is being served. The four corners of the earth to the core of it. Justice is being served for every injustice that's done, that's not being talked about, that's being swept up under this rug. Even my injustices, with y'all motherfuckers acting like I'm not who the fuck I am, right? But then be trying to talk about the shit that I'm talking about. And I feel like, in a way, that's almost like taking, you know, trying to take the light off of me. And that's what a copycat is. A copycat, a mimic, they will continuously try to do is stay in the lane you in, so it'll discredit you, so that, you know, no one wants to see what you had to say because they already saw the most popular people say it. Are you fucking crazy? Guess what? That's why I put made to last, because my shit is going to be the final stop. You know, while y'all get a chance to dance around and beat y'all chest in front of people and get y'all messages out freely without people harassing y'all channels and stuff, that's cool. Like, get that shit out, bitch. Because a bitch like me is made to last. I'm older than, trust me, than a lot of these motherfuckers that's out here doing it to me. But look how I look. The Most High keeps his fruit very ripe and youthful, ready to be plucked. I'm ready to be plucked, baby. I'm on a bush, baby. Bush, baby. Pluck, baby. All right, so anyway, let me show these people. See, they ain't never meet a bitch like this. Yeah, never. You ain't never seen no car roll up like this. He thought he had to bite his finger like, yeah, I bet you did. Chica, Rica, bite that skin off that finger. That's the best thing you can do this morning. Get your skin tags off and be a good boy. Now we get down here to the rest of the mutant ninja turtles down this bitch. Now Rico gets to speed back up, and Jordan in the CAI. You know what? I'm not about to play this with these people. The CAI tractor trailer. He gets to jump out. Now the guys in the lime green. What is this? The jungle green. If you don't move that shit, like, it's all of them just the same. Then he gonna jump out and go slow. Like, if you don't move your bitch ass. Also, 412 roofing. Kids stay in the front. Y'all want y'all mans. This how they play soccer. They want y'all their mans to stay in the front so bad. Like, come on. Let's let Buki stay up there. Let's let Buki stay up there and have his time. He has to have his time. Alright, so boom. Bam, let's talk about spiritual husbands and wives. That's what I want to talk about. Okay? And I really want to go in depth in this. But the tools that I have, which is my dictionary, I can't just populate it right now. And this is why I need to blow my channel up, because I need my moderator to pull the dictionary out. Like, I don't need a bitch or a nigga to come over on my show to validate the shit that I'm saying. We gonna pull a dictionary out. We gonna make shit of what the fuck I'm saying to the people right here, and we gonna move forward. That's how you know what I'm saying? That's how I do my thing. Now, it's good to come into covenant when you're in a communicative situation where you're talking with, you know, a like-minded person, with like-minded people. But at the end of the day, when a lot of people, 90%, 85% people choose to prove themselves to be a motherfucking sucker. A motherfucking sucker. What the fuck I want to sit and conversate with suckers for? So I'm waiting to the Most High align me with my soul tribe, with the people that I can actually sit down and covenant with. But yet, I'm just covenant with Yahweh and Yahshua so far. Now, another thing that we do when we covenant with people is we lay down horizontally, and we allow them to come up in our bodies. And what that means when two becomes one, and we engage in sexual activity. Now, the white man, the matrix man, is the one that said, hey, you need a contract, you need a marriage certificate in order for that marriage to be deemed official and authentic and real and organic. Like, what the fuck would he know about organic? Even the fruit from the organic white man is riddled with fucking falsehood, okay? It's even more fake than a regular food, honestly, if you ask me. That organic shit it be dried out. It be like, it's almost like 3D printed with scents, and I don't know. It's just not good. But anyway, wherever you're going, I'm not going. Okay. Well, yes, I am, because this way seems quicker. So, okay, we're here with many, this is why I need you guys to understand that the matrix is only giving us the inverted, the 3D, the tangible things that the Most High gives us. So the covenants that he gives us, the spiritual covenants, you know, in order to be like God, what does the devil do? Oh, let's create marriage, and let's create the marriage contract for these people, right? Now in marriage, you got these men feeling like they own you, and they can beat you like a fucking barbarian when you don't want to be with them no more, because the vows say for better, for worse, for life, or fucking death. These men be talking to some of these women that force them into a Babbage Matrix ass wedding contract. Like, I mean, first of all, I've heard these spineless, dickless males with Bucci's talk to women out of feeling inferior as a better male. You're talking to women like you're Al Pacino out this bitch. Like, what? The only Pacino you know is Cacino or Cappuccino, because that's what your drawers be looking like in the back. Cappuccino, okay? Don't sit up here and fix your mouth to talk like you have ran a fucking hoe house 6 to 70s. When you on your third motherfucking girlfriend, and it's the first one that actually listened to your ass. Okay? Cause she's infatuated. The other bitches was giving you a run for your fucking money. You got one that you can finally control, and you turned it to, oh yeah, I'm the king in this house. I'm a self-ordained God, a self-ordained king. Ain't nobody crown your ass. Ain't nobody say, like, it's all a delusion. You got these delusional men running around here, right? So first of all, before you come into a covenant with a man, find out if the motherfucker is delusional, because he's supposed to be leading, and not only that, helping you multiply, okay? And if his motherfucking mind is already in a delusion and is unhealed, then your seeds is definitely going to be part of what this motherfucker, like, why do y'all motherfuckers do that? You just, it did run the mouth, little Tesla ass bitch. Like, this is why motherfuckers, look at your punk ass. Now, you stuck, ho. Stay stuck, Baba Johnny. You garlic smelling bitch. I know you smell like a gajillion of garlic in that Tesla. Gotta be running, wanna be running your mouth. Smelling like motherfucking focaccia bread, ho. These motherfucking international men, like, they get over here in Baltimore where these white people, they called them over here again, they cocky as shit. Like, you gotta remind them where the fuck they come from. The land of Mount Everest, bitch. Y'all out there with your flat-footed, wide-footed, caveman-footed ass stomping on berries and goop scoop in the middle of the street. You want to come over here and get a Tesla and act like you're a sophisticated man of the day. Like, if you don't get the fuck up out my face, that's what I'm saying. But to his wife and to the office that he work in, this man is Darkwing Duck. If he don't get the fuck out of my face with his delusion, because he's holding me up in the morning, like, while y'all think this is Steve of Office, like, this bitch is out here causing wrecks. He's sassy as a bitch, and he in my way, and he about to get his ass cussed the fuck out. So call your king, please. You see how that work? It don't work everywhere. But you can say the Most High Yahweh, and you're going to have millions and gajillions of people calling out for that king. You know what I'm saying? And in some spaces, you can say Jesus, and the same thing. You're going to have millions and billions of people calling out for Jesus. Everybody knows that name. Everybody knows Yahweh. But if you say somebody like Brian or Connor or Jason, we don't know who the fuck that is. That shit stop outside of your family and your motherfucking network. So when you try to be king over somebody else's life, honey, that shit don't work unless you get a contract. And see, those contracts, they run by blood and they run by signature, official stamps, you know? And this is why in this 3D world, they always try to keep you in these dynamics. See, I don't really feel like a woman ever needed a man besides procreating. But then there was a topic that was going around TikTok. And one thing that I've noticed about being in the kitchen with my fruits and vegetables is that some of these vegetables, baby, they don't need another one to reproduce. They just start growing buds and babies on their own. And it just takes being in a certain environment or a certain state. So I believe, just like I said, food is the number one conductor of our body not being able to work at its full capacity. Then you better believe that it also is doing something to the woman's body, to the abilities that we have. Remember, they want to say all people are the same, right? But just off of being men and women, nigga, we ain't the same. The thing is, we bleed for 7 to 10 days. We carry children and cultivate them. You know what I'm saying? We manufacture. You just drop a seed off and you keep it moving, nigga. In every motherfucking race. We don't need you besides busting that nut. You feel me? So, honestly, you're like an ingredient to this planet, an ingredient to something that's organic that can sit and hold and birth generations. And you want to tell us about us. And this is why you have scientists. They got their goop scoop creating friends in that bitch, you know, out there breaking, making head breaking, I can't even think right now. But you know what I'm saying? Waves and shit. Oh, look at what Tradition just discovered. And you think they're going to put that shit in a book for everybody? No, they're going to keep that amongst their little dickless, spineless, booty hole brotherhood. And they're going to put it in a book and put it in a Food and Drug Administration and put it in certain, places for these fucking wigged out witchy teachers to teach in their curriculum to the humans that are coming up so that they can believe this is how their body works and regulates. Just like they told us about the food charts and all of that stuff, and this is what we need. And some of us is motherfucking allergic to dairy and half of the shit that was on the food chart. But yet this stuff is supposed to be incorporated in our everyday. And honestly, if you guys believed in your own food chart, then we would probably be skinny, because what the fuck? They told us to eat a cards deck size of meat. And you go to a restaurant, the portions are through the roof. So you don't even believe in your own food chart and portion freaking ratio that you guys teach. Love you. Have a good day. We'll talk periodically, okay? I'll text you around lunch. Wake up. Shake up. Here. Wake up. Shake up. Oh, you can tell it's going to be one of those days. She's so sleepy. How much sleep can you get when you a growing spud? I guess you can sleep as much as you want. Well, she see her friend now. Growing spud potatoes. Okay. Georgie. Let me go, Bobby. Ooh. All right, give me one. Okay, so yeah, we come into covenants on this 3D planet through marriage. And you see how even on this 3D planet, right? If sometimes the wives get out of line, and I'm not just trying to bash men here, right? I'm just bringing in awareness, because you hardly hear about men talking about how they might feel like they might got a spiritual wife or whatever. You hardly hear about that. And if you do, the man is probably tapped into his self. He's tapped in to spirituality to understand that something is happening on a energetic level. It's just not on a 3D something tugging on his energy. But you hardly hear men talk about this. For women, you hear them talk about it all the time. Wet dreams, we've all had those. And a lot of times when you do find out that you have a spiritual husband or wife is when you're young, because that's when they try to get themselves and like plant themselves in your mind. If you young having sex with this husband, then you can develop a fetish for that, like a thing for that, and want to continuously have that, so you'll figure it out. And some women, they masturbate and do all those things, and it connects the tie back to that spiritual husband. It connects that tie back. So you have to realize when something just isn't right in your life. And the same thing for the men. I've seen men that was in tune with themselves, and they felt like, hey, I've had a guy ask me, what is it like when someone puts a spell on you? He looked very, very like locked in his own world. Like he he was very disgruntled when I seen him. So it was something that, he felt caged into, even when we was at an outside space. He was like, yeah, I think this girl put a love spell on me. And honestly, I feel like I've had a feeling of that before, that somebody tried to put on me, and I was aware of it too, and I just let it. The feelings are very strong. I let that shit ride. So don't get that confused with a spiritual husband and wife. But I just want y'all to look at the passion. They even have, when you go to jail for killing your husband or wife, it's called a crime of passion, because they want to kind of label these things that they attach, these covenants to, in a way where they could be recognized. Oh, a spiritual crime of passion? You must have killed your wife or husband. Now, when that happens on the 3D planet, on the 3D realm, and you still freaking married to this person. You're married to this person. Okay? You did not get divorced and then he killed you. 9 times out of 10, he did it out of a crime of passion. And when you still married to a person and you pass away, then they become your spiritual husband or wife. Now, the counterpart that's left on this 3D realm, he still can manipulate you in the spirit. And just as well as she can manipulate him in the 3D world. But think about it. What would she want to do beyond haunting his ass? Who would want to, oh, I'm married to you and stay with you? Now, I don't know what it's like in the afterlife, which is some information that I'm going to try to find out. Just because, is this another accident or what? Just because my son, there's information. Why is there so much traffic? God damn. Just because of my son, And so it's information that I want to know. So I don't know if in the afterlife, if your husband or wife kills you in the 3D, do you die, and is that the only person you're entitled to? Like, can you go to your origin? Because I believe every spirit has an origin, just like, every person has a family. We all have an origin place, right, that we start off. And that's what I believe. Oh, no, I'm going to have to go out of town to go back home, because they got this shit all so messed up. But I'm glad. I ain't really got to go nowhere. I'm free. Damn, she always putting a seat back. Like, I got to be having a nigga up in here. But, yeah, so that's more information that can be talked about. Whether or not, when you pass away, like, let's say somebody killed you and now that's your spiritual husband or wife, they have more control over you because they're in the 3D realm and they can still manipulate your energy if they knew. Now, I don't know, being as though, what happens to the victim, the husband or wife that was taken out of here through their spouse. Do they, that's what I'm gonna do. Do they are they like in a space where they're like isolated, only belonging to that person that took them out of there? That's something that has to be studied, the afterlife. That's why I said, like, in this life, we operate a lot out of missing information. Like, the way people teach, the way everything is, like, you can tell, and people don't even realize when the information missing. Like, it's a lot of shit, and it causes, for an intelligent mind or an inquiring mind, that's what causes, like, manic explosion, whether it's depression or a rage, because it's like, yo, good and well, like, you intelligent and the fibers of things and how they connect, and it's like, something missing, but are you able to even understand that something is missing? Or do you feel like you just slide it out of knowing just that main fact, right? You don't understand that it's a bridge to get there. Like, it's more information, and this is what connects, and you like, oh, this is, And I feel like that. These people put us in a world and took the information away that was really crucial for us to really make a connection, to understand, to have faith. It really dampers on your connection to the Most High. So it's like, if you don't have that faith and that knowing and continuously feed that to yourself, then it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to go into psychosis on this planet, because it's a planet where they give you enough information to get into things, but then to get through them, they don't give that shit to you. So you make a lot of mistakes. And if you a person that don't get seduced by your mistakes, then it's cool. If you a person that do not get seduced by mistakes and you able to travel a straightforward path, then you will be okay by learning from those mistakes and continuing to move forward. But if you a person that gets seduced by mistakes and you waft in them, then you become a product of your lifestyle, and you will never ever get a chance to see what's on the other side, because literally you stopped at, let's say, whatever it was that made you go off your path. And I'm not going to be specific, because there's a lot of things that make us go off our path. Laziness can make us go off our path. I just said I wasn't being specific, and look, here I am. All of those things, and it's like, having information is almost like a cheat code in a way. It's almost like a cheat code for people. And I feel like, maybe that's a part of life. But then it's like, when you got people that's down here trying to act like they can control you, that they gave you life for them to control. Like, your parents birthed you so that these people could, like, well, who the fuck are you? You feel me? If it wasn't for you scrolling across my page, you wouldn't never even know me. If it wasn't for you fucking on somebody in my family, nigga, you wouldn't fucking know me. So how the fuck do you think you supposed to control some shit, bitch? That you got that shit all wrong. That shit stops in your network. You don't control a motherfucking thing. You feel me? And slowly but surely, the Matrix will show you just how much power will travel, especially when you tether to the wrong things. That power will get dismantled slowly by slowly, because again, your program only operates in your realm. But when you try to attach and make yourself someone's husband or control system on this realm, it don't work like that. It do not work like that. A lot of the times you need a fucking contract. And if you don't have a contract to somebody, then you don't have no ordinance in their motherfucking life. And a lot of people feel like that. Like, what the fuck, bitch? You have no contract. We have no bonding agreement. We ain't bonded by blood, by oath, by nothing. So you out your rabbit ass mind to think that what you say goes. It only travels where your contracts lie. So if you was to have a 3D contract on this realm and it bonds you up by marriage, that's where your power lies. If you was to go into a job and sign a contract with that job, whatever they say you can do is where your contract lies. You see how the shit changes when you go into contract with different covens? You don't have the same power. In your marriage is equal, but when you covenant with a company, they tell you what the fuck to do. That king shit, that queen shit don't reign supreme when you join in forces and covenants with a business, with a company. They tell you what to do in your contract. It's not even. So how the fuck do you feel? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel that you could continuously just have rulership over things that it changes? The relationships change when you go from covenant to covenant. And if a person doesn't come in agreement with you, you have no covenant. It's almost like you chasing waterfalls. That's what you chasing. Please stick to the lakes and the rivers that you're used to. Okay? is stop chasing waterfalls because it's something too majestic and you will always sink. It'll, and that's what buoyancy allows you to feel like you're gonna float in the dammest and the harshest of waters. But some of them waters that you travel, you will fucking drown and never come up to resurface. And that's what a lot of people don't understand because they're used to their own buoyancy. Whether it's hot air, whether it's a bubble head, something that's keeping them afloat, but it's not substance. It's filled with something that helps them float. Normally when something floats, it doesn't have anything inside of it, okay? Because if it did, it would be too dense and it would sink. So these bubblehead motherfuckers run around here floating off their own buoyancy, feeling like they could just go anywhere and soar. Have you ever seen a hot air balloon get too high in the sky and the temperature wasn't right and that shit deflated? Or have you ever seen a hot air balloon come across maybe a plane or something? Or a hot air balloon get tangled in its own cords? The buoyancy only serves the subject when the air can carry you and elevate you upward. But if you need to sustain yourself and ground yourself in order to present facts, that buoyancy won't get you nowhere because it's filled with air. It's bubble-headedness. And that's what a lot of people have, bubble-headedness. They feel like they're floating to the top, but it's nothing but a bunch of hot motherfucking air that they puff out all day long. And it's just so funny. It's just so funny to see. So you got these people, that have created these matrix tethered contracts in order to put us into these. Come on, why didn't it just back? So they create these contracts. I really believe that whatever, came down here, helped the white man, of course, has spiritual knowledge. That's what the occultic knowledge is the knowledge that was brought down here by other deities, fallen angels, maybe demons, extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call them, that made a covenant on this land with the male of this land, right? A male. We're not gonna give him any other title outside of a male of this land to have knowledge, occultic knowledge outside of the races that was already here. The dominant race, the real indigenous race that was here, right? And it's almost why I said people go into spiritual psychosis when they tap into forbidden knowledge that wasn't just a straight download to them. You got people that sit up there and read books and they do voodoo hoodoo and get knowledge that way, and they think that, oh, this is how we gonna do it. What did that stupid shit just say? How did you end my block where y'all just gave me a motherfucking, that's wild. Another distraction. But anyway, you got oh shit. You got these motherfuckers that, wanted to have some control over the people that was already here. Okay? Now this is how you can see the different layers, like the different ways, because the same way that you had the first people to do it against the indigenous people here. What is this? Little Raphael and shit in there trying to speed. Okay, so just like you had these people come around learn forbidden knowledge so that they can, tell people that was already here, oh, you can't do this. We got this knowledge. Look, she about to get hit. He about to hit the hoe. Hit the hoe. Hit the hoe. Y'all want to see a hoe? Hit the hoe. Hit the hoe. She about to get that ass creamed by that. Like, how you seen that bitch? Look, he tried to hit the hoe on purpose. Now he backing up. You was about to hit the hoe on purpose, you hating ass bitch. She out here making her money. You mad because you can't get no pussy, you little dick, bumpy dick bitch. I know them little fucking zesty ass Hispanic men in them cars be bumped out and mad. Nobody want to fuck him and shit. He rolling all up on her. Like, she's so drugged out, she ain't even give a fuck. That's so bad. Like, and that's the type of shit that they want you to see. I mean, that they want you to, oh, she's a hoe, so let me hit her. No, bitch, you'll still get your shit right. Fuck you, hoe. You don't belong here. Trying to hit people with shit. It ain't even, I mean, it was kind of funny why I said it, but no, it's not when I think about it, bitch. Don't come over here trying to hit our hoes. These is our Baltimore hoes, bitch. Go to Guatemala, over there where you fucking belong, and roll up on somebody. I would never let you hit her, and I'm just sitting here laughing. Just now, I just made a joke, but that shit would have got real serious if he would have hit her. That's our Baltimore hoes. I ain't playing. Anyway, that shit made me hot. You pissed me off just now. I'm tired of this shit out here. And that's another thing. It's going to come down to some man-woman shit. Because you got these fucking bitch-ass niggas. Yo, these motherfuckers is just, ugh. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So, yeah, these motherfuckers got the forbidden knowledge now. They want to, and this is how certain books and shit was wrote in manipulation. Certain books wrote to manipulate. That's why I said, for real, we really never needed a Bible or anything like that. The people of this earth, we knew how to live. But at the end of the day, I mean, I believe it's a higher power than us. And Yahweh, I'm just going to stick to that for now. I'm never going to say, oh yeah, I'm God. I didn't create none of this shit. I just pop babies out, okay? So I'm not going to go beyond what I know. If God wanted me to know that, then that information will be brought upon me, or I'll have an experience that will open up that portal of information for me. And then that's when I know I'm allowed to go in that realm. But I'm just not tapping into shit. Oh, this bitch made me bad. Let me learn how to do hoodoo. Like, I respect the spirit world, and that's a lot of things. Y'all don't even motherfucking respect people in this 3D planet. So how could you sit up there and say, oh yeah, this God, you don't even have motherfucking respect for your fucking self, bitch. If you have respect, then when somebody say, leave me the fuck alone, you would leave them the fuck alone. You think because you on a hidden page that you could just harass motherfuckers. Y'all weird bitches. So how the fuck you think you supposed to have respect for the spirit world? I'm pretty fucking sure y'all that disrespect the spirits and thinking y'all probably more godlier than them in their realm. So y'all got some shit coming for y'all. I trust and believe that. You don't even respect the motherfucker. You don't even know if you were supposed to tap into certain knowledge, and you tapping into that shit. You would know. You would understand. You wouldn't be scared and nervous of doing that shit. You would understand that shit. And that's why I'm like, no, we ain't about to play these backing up out of a motherfucking closed garage, bitch. The door is closed. Why are you even at the fucking closed door? That looks staged to me. It's a bunch of idiotic shit y'all be doing and wanting people to believe. I'm not believing that shit. Y'all is idiots out here, running them up, sitting up there, backing up. The door is clearly closed. How is you even backing up out of there? It's just like he on a little slab of pavement doing this to try to make people, I guess, stop so he can continue to do this. And we watch him do that shit for like 5 minutes, and then he finally like, oh, let me just back out and drive. Like, bitch, motherfuckers is on NPC right now, all day long. And you want me to feel like you my God, you my king? Y'all funny as shit out this bitch. So you got a lot of motherfuckers out here that tapped into shit that gave them, basically they've been, in a sense, what you call it, possessed. Because once that delusional button clicks on, now I'm gonna give you guys an example, because I'm not even gonna lie. I got into a small psychosis, but it wasn't to the fact where I'm like sitting there like, ooh, my side. I'm an inner person anyway. I have like a fucking Rolodex up here in my mind where I'm like filing through shit, and it's because I'm supposed to be writing it down. So my mind has learned how to store stuff. And when I first got into spirituality, I was literally getting the urges to get into that shit. Spirituality was calling me, and it was because I needed to understand things that was happening in my life. And also I believe it's for the times that's to come now. And that's fine, I'm cool with that. But when I first got into it, right, I first got into it. When I first got into spirituality, I was going to the store and I was buying just little trinkets, little things, just fooling around with it. And this is when I wanted to jump into communication. I'm a communicator. Like, link me straight to the source. So I get into communication and didn't understand that I could be communicating. That's how I got cool with so many spirits. We in this bitch now. We parlaying, we laughing, niggas cracking jokes. That's how I'm like, yo, y'all is always around. Like, y'all always around. And I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but they always around me, like always. And they're funny. And even the bad ones is good. Like to a certain level. Like, hold up, yo, I gotta do something. Yeah. They go and be drinking that chocolate milk. All right, so yeah, spirits is literally just like people. I mean, they just don't have no body. But that's when I realized that these motherfuckers want a body. Because I had one ask me for a body. Motherfucker asked me for a body. And this is when I knew I could go deep into whatever I was getting into. And I knew I had to slow down. I don't know what the fuck I was about to get into, giving. Killing people was about to kill. What the fuck is this? What you looking at? Milky milk? Fuck. Anyway. Yeah. So for me, I never really was like trying to manipulate a spirit. It was always a learning process with me. I always learned from them. I never manipulated. And I had boundaries even with them. Y'all think I got boundaries in my life now? I got boundaries with the spirits too. And I let them know certain things, and that's it. Well, we ain't about to do this voodoo hoodoo, because I don't know what that turns into when a spirit is telling you they need a body. Like, probably that Haitian shit. I probably could do that. I don't know. But again, I'm not sitting up here like you taking that and taking advantage of it. I'm not taking advantage of the fact that I can do certain things. I can tap into certain things. I just know I can do it. And the reason why is because I have restraint on the things that I'm doing, because at the end of the day, yo, like, I don't want one thing to lead into the next. So if I get the indicator that that's what I need to learn, then that's when I'm going to go into that. And I'm obedient when it comes to the spirit world. I'm just obedient. I'm obedient. And that's how you're supposed to be. And this is why, I said being righteous is definitely something that is a gift. It's a discipline. It's a control over yourself. It's the ability to say no. It's not doing certain things. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. But I will say that it's things that I restrain from every fucking day, every day, which makes my spiritual power stronger. It makes my connection to the Most High stronger because I prove my faithfulness and I prove my covenant to the Most High by not participating in things that will cause spiritual portals to be opened up. You know, all of these people throwing magic at me would be successful. They would be very successful because I'm playing the game that they playing. You know, I'm doing just as much spiritual crime as they are, but I don't do that shit. So therefore, when it comes to being covered, when it comes to being protected, I am. I am. I am that I am. I am protected. I am that I am. That's my promise. And that's what keeps my faith strong. I mean, all that shit, son. Why would he do a fucking U-turn? Look at this shit. Just anything to hold up traffic. Anything. Just anything. So, anything to get a yellow light and make me have to go through the, we ain't doing that. I'm not getting no tickets. I'm sick of that shit. Alright, so that is how. Okay, so the thing that when I was doing the pendulum and everything, and I'm talking to the pendulum board and all that stuff, I was so attracted to that. Like, I love the communication. That's all I wanted to do. So it was like almost an addiction more than a psychosis. The thing that made it a psychosis was when the thing was instructing me, hey, go back to the store. You gonna see such and such at the store. Shit like that. And I went back to the store and I'm like, I go to the store, I don't see nobody in yellow. It's telling me to look for go open this car door. It's a portal in the car. The car door was definitely unlocked. But as soon as I walked by the car, the person that owned the car came out of the grocery store. I'm like, oh hell no. Like, though, that experiment was enough for me to be like, oh no, this thing is taking me for granted. It's taking me for granted. And I can't continue to listen to some shit that I can't see. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Just that quick, I would have got probably locked up. Or I could have played it off and said, oh, I know who, I mean, I'm sorry, I got in the wrong car. But just the fact that I was up there taking instruction from something that I couldn't see could have literally landed me anywhere that I didn't want to be. You feel me? So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not about to listen. That would have became my God. You know, before long, I would have been out here committing things. Oh, the Spirit told me. Nah, son, I see how that worked. So I was like, okay, that's it. That's the end of this. You telling me what to do. And we switched it. So that didn't go but so far, and I was able to make sense of it. So it really didn't go into a psychosis. Talking to myself, thinking this gonna happen. Like, I don't do shit I can't understand, son. That's not my style, son. I'm about to watch this. Because these motherfuckers think they're about to get me in a trap, in a chokehold. No, you not, bitch. No, you not, bitch. No, you not, bitch. No, you not, bitch. Y'all know this trick. I taught these officers my trick. They like, how you do that? How you do that? I never teach a schmeggler that, a regular schmeggler. They had to chase me. That's how the fuck I had to tell him. He was like, how did you do that? It's called experience. You can't get that from a book. That's what I'm saying. Like I've learned how to do shit from being out here by myself, having to work myself out of situations, bitch. I believe in myself like a motherfucker. I'm confident as a bitch in myself. Cause I know what I can do. So yeah, it's not from Baba Johnny Wigwam. He told me this because I sucked his little bottle. Nah, son. It's called experience. It's called life's experience. And that's what it is. So when these motherfuckers, I ain't show them all I can do. Feel me? I let these people overwhelm me like a bitch at some point because the shit is overwhelming. Like, who would ever think they gotta play these games, right? With people. This motherfucking car been following me for a long time. I'm gonna go this way because I know that's what it want to do. This motherfucking BMW is always the BMWs, the what else? Mercedes. No, I don't never see Mercedes. It's the BMWs, the Jeeps, whatever them fucking cars, Michelin men looking motherfucking cars. I'm sick of y'all. Anyway, I'm paying more attention to the losers than moving forward. Like I can't continue to pay y'all attention because I said I'm not fighting this battle no more. I didn't surrender and threw my white flag in so that my spirit team can fight it for me. I have no fight in this anymore. It's way too many of y'all keep on popping up. I'm blocking hundreds. Y'all keep popping. You can tell y'all bored. Y'all have no life, nothing to do. Like, y'all criminals, y'all scam. That's all. Y'all used to doing this shit. Like, it's so, y'all just so nonstop to this point. And I'm never going to be like, okay, well, let me look at them. Looking like Rupert the... You can tell, like, their heads look like extra, like, they been choked, like, ugh. Like, that nigga head is just like, big and black. Hairline starting back here, like, is that a tie? This bitch, the tie like this big, yo. Big black Sukumi lip nigga, like, like you want somebody to see you so bad. What you look like? You look like you just say, and your car smell like nose husk. Oh my God, she got stains dripping down that window. Look, he ain't trying to look at me so bad. He wouldn't have never knew I was looking at him. And look, you got the world of China over here on this side. I got Africa on this side and China over this side. It's just, yo, we in a new world order. Like, you gonna see Egyptians, everything over this as they burn down the other countries so that they can have control and make them think that they king. Oh yeah, I gotta go this way. Mr. He never had to go this way. Biting. He probably live in them Radicki apartments and shit, smelling like corn husk in there. Alright, so anyway, back to what I was saying. Let me stop. I gotta stop getting distracted. Stop. Alright, so I said, no, bitch. I'm not fighting this battle with all this nation of hoodlums that keep on wanting to fuck with me. Let these motherfucking hussies have it. So y'all sending y'all little witch doctors and shit my way. All these little babalawo, hickey jicky jicky bicky, witchy dicky doctors, witchy dicky do doctors and shit. Y'all best of y'all best shooters. Guess what? I got the best of my best. They roll with me all day, nigga. That's why that African bitch, I'm gonna get my God on you. I wonder how she doing today. Talk about her going to me in Baltimore. Like, get the fuck up out of here, bitch. Are you really serious? Like, you serious? You real serious, yo. This is just funny that somebody could fix their lips. And this is why I activate my people every morning. I pray for the consciousness of my melanated indigenous people in this motherfucker. I don't care what kind of crack or overdose you done had. I pray for the minds to open up. In the hood, open up. I pray for a prophet to uprise in every hood that's desolate and that's riddled with people that cannot form a thought besides cannot buy a fucking bag of coke or cock or whatever or ass. Let it be a prophet that formed there to activate and lead these people out of their trauma. What the fuck, son? I don't want to be courteous. Bitch, y'all don't be courteous. Why? Like, that's the thing. Like, y'all only be courteous for other people that look like y'all from y'all country. What makes you think we supposed to be, oh, come on now? Like, and then the way they do it, like, you can tell this shit is nigga from another country shit. Like, these motherfuckers, like, traffic do not separate like Moses when there's a mainstream street. Everybody going down. And then you just see your buddy because he look like you and shit. Oh, come on, let me park the C for him. Let him out of the side street and when traffic going 50 miles an hour down the street. Like, what the fuck, bitch? What kind of jungle? You can tell this is some jungle-minded shit. Y'all motherfuckers is uninhibited, what you call it? Undomesticated motherfuckers? Like, where the fuck do y'all even come from? Undomesticated, jumping out of motherfucking alleys and side streets. Talk about y'all the king. Y'all trying to run some shit. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Like, no, that's, what is his name? Mr. No, that's not me. What's his name? Smurf? Oh, fuck no. Y'all motherfuckers coming over here trying to rule some shit. Oh, yes, I pray for the minds every day. Them meninges ruffle up like they ain't never been folded in your brain so that y'all can get some static up there and activate. Yo, act the fucking vate, y'all. Like, y'all, they here trying to take shit over like a bitch. And it's happening like every fucking day. I am sick of this shit. Y'all don't see it? No. Y'all is distracted. That's why. All right, so after this, I'm going to get back to what I'm saying about these spiritual husbands and wives. And how we get them. And how we get some. Oh, yeah! Gosh. All right. Big, like blick. So, you know, I'm not a person that even with the spiritual world, y'all, I'm not letting them, even though I can't see them manipulate me. I don't let that allow my imagination to stretch too far outside of its capacity where I'm not believing that, you know, where I'm not forgetting basic rules, like, you know, the rules, the rules of nature, the rules of spirituality, all of those things. I always keep in place because I understand that everything has a structure, everything has principles and guidelines. You just can't go up in anything and doing everything. And that's the way I am. So having that respect has definitely allowed me to exist in the spirit realm and to you know, to learn some things without it backfiring on me, because I never used it to harm and I never used it to take advantage of people. Everything was for enlightenment and understanding of what was going on with me, and that was satisfying to me to understand, because that's what helps me to learn. I don't want to be in a space where I'm not knowledgeable of shit. That's just, it's tough. I've been in situations where literally, you know, I had to figure things out in real time, and that to me is unfair. It's like being in a place handcuffed. You have a you know, something working against you when you don't have all the knowledge. That's very important to me. But at the end of the day, my craving, like my wanting for knowledge and all of those things, it still didn't get me to go beyond, like, it still didn't get me to go beyond my capacity, or my realm of what I'm supposed to know. So, you can get spiritual husbands when people, they start to attach themselves to these occultic knowledges and practices. And I keep on focusing on the husband thing because I'm a woman, but spiritual wives and husbands. You can get spiritual spouses when people practice these things as well, especially if you sleep with them. Anything that can make covenant and go inside of your body is almost like a contract. So some of these guys, like I remember I was on LinkedIn or one of those things, and I met this guy. He looked good. He was like a gym, what you call it, like a trainer, personal trainer. And I was actually like trying to talk to him about my like doctor shit, like the contracts that I had at the time, CRM and shit. And that's when he started, trying to turn the conversation to something else. So we was talking, and he was like, he was interested in me. He wanted to cook for me and all of this stuff. And then I started asking him questions. So I found out he wasn't American. He was freaking African. And he was married, and his wife left him because she thought that he was doing witchcraft on her. And I'm like, okay, block. Like, I don't need to talk to your ass. If you got an African wife that left you, and they know your customs, and this is the theory of when people think that they can do a better job in a situation that somebody else ran from. Nigga, I'm not about to sit up there and try to be next contestant. I blocked that man out so fast, and I still see his pictures popping up. Like, why? That, even the residue from him is not even good. I only had a conversation with him. But I know to get the fuck away from people when they don't have good intentions. Like, that enough was, for me, was like, okay. And he keep on asking me to cook. I don't eat African food. It's nothing that I've never tried an African dish. Actually, I've tried Jamaican, but it's nothing African that looks good to me, for real. And I'm not trying to come against your food, but the smells and everything is so rancid and strong. Like, so I definitely don't even eat the food. So it's like, yo, stop asking me to eat shit that I would never even try. Some fucking cow head. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? Hold up. Yeah, so that let me know that they put it in your food. When people want to, and I know a female that did it to a guy, put shit in his food. It was blood. I don't know what men put in your food to put the soul tie. Or, but that's when you become, that's a contract. It's a blood contract. When back in the day, in the 80s and the 70s, I saw them do, and we used to do it too, like spit brothers, or if you cut yourself, blood brothers, stuff like that. Those are contracts that you made. And sometimes you see those people, they grow up and be the best of fucking friends. They be going through everything together. They even became crackheads together and shit. They still out there on the corner nodding off over a fucking trash can. And they've been playing since they was in elementary school. They was blood brothers. That's a contract. That's a spiritual contract. So all of those things, you build your spiritual family. And I know for sure. Is that a Dunkin' Donut? What else? Yeah. All of those will give you a spiritual family. All of those will give you a spiritual family. And think about how many lifetimes that has happened where you've picked up people. And I can tell, like, the family that I have in spirit is like home. That shit is like home. When I dream, the people like I could everything is like home. Like yes, it's like an island, like a tribe of people that I love, that I'm used to. That when I go to sleep, I feel welcome, like I'm home. And just the dreams that I'm starting to get now is almost like revealing to me. It's like wow, I see the 3D family. I see the 3D part that created half the shit that I'm going through. Cause the dream that I just had and the people that was in it was like a revelation. I'm like, okay, now let's see what's going to happen in these weeks, days, whatever that's unfolding. Let's see. But so those are the ways that we gain these spiritual counterparts, whether they're brothers, sisters, family, husbands, wives. And if it ends bad, they haunt you, they torment you. They don't want to let you go. They don't want you to have other relationships. Aisha. Okay. So then they don't be wanting you to have no other relationships in the 3D. Or let's say if they was in, well, yeah, it works spirit spouse, so in the 3D. So your relationships be faulty. People that you get with, it don't work out. And this is why you have to, like for me, I'm not dealing with people that's not in tune, that don't understand spirituality, that's not like regularly practicing something in their life, because these spirit spouses will come in between your relationships, sometimes your businesses. Because again, businesses and jobs and all of that, they're also contracts. So whatever they can tie themselves to and interfere with in the contract world, they will, because they have the contract to be your partner. You vow for better or worse. And at the end of the day, now they want to pull your energy to the side where they are. Is that for me? Damn, that chocolate look good as a mug. I might have to cut me a chocolate mocha chocolate chicken. All right, this is messing up. Let me just start my day. I'll probably be back to talk about spirit spouses a little later, because I'm tired of this keep on messing up my damn, what you call it, don't want to be working, talking about my phone overheating. Motherfucking lie. I'm going to come back and talk about this. So I'm about to go. How do I get out of here? Now all of the settings are gone.